coming at you with another video. I'm recording on my iPhone, so I apologize for the shakiness. But I want to talk about today's announcement. Well, not so much announcement, but the reveal of the Scorpio. If you don't know already, know, which I think every gamer, especially if you're watching this channel or any of the gaming YouTube channels, should know that today Digital Foundry revealed the Scorpio. I'll post the link if you didn't get access or get to see it yet. I'm not gonna go over the details and the specs. You can read that all for yourself. I just want to give you a little bit of my opinion on the reveal. All right. So first off, it is a powerful hardware. Microsoft managed to create a very powerful console. Okay. It's a couple of things that I guess was overblown about the Scorpio. Number one, it will not be using the Ryzen and Vega architecture. I've been saying for a long time that those architecture is very expensive. New hardware with the level of performance AMD's advertising, I didn't believe Microsoft would be able to release a Ryzen and a Vega for $400 or $500, or saying. So that's pretty much proven. I think it's a fact now that those new architectures it would put the console at a price point most consumers would not be able to afford or won't even try to buy. Very few, which is a smart move on Microsoft. The fact that Ryzen CPU came out, Ryzen CPU and Vega GPU came out this year, chances are you wouldn't have new consoles based off that architecture, given how recent those new components. So what Microsoft went with is a more customized Jaguar cores, and rumor has it they continue with the Polaris architecture. So pretty much, it's kind of like what Sony did with the PS4 Pro, except Microsoft took it a step further. They beefed up the Jaguar CPU and they beefed up the GPU, and they added 12 gigs of RAM. So it's more beefed up. So when you think about it, Sony made, they got the Pro, which came out last year. Microsoft was a bit more patient, waited a year later, and the result is a more powerful console. So ultimately, the Scorpio is a mid-gen upgrade. It is not next generation hardware. It's a mid-gen upgrade. Same idea that Sony had. All right. Now, according to Digital Foundry, based on what they saw, they have reason to believe that the console is going to be $500, which is still, to me, it's not the, I ain't gonna say it's the right price point, but chances are Microsoft is not looking for this to be the main seller of their Xbox platform. I think it's meant for the hardcore gamer, hardcore enthusiast, and I think maybe in the long run, with price drops, like 2 years from now, when the console is probably 300, 350, then sales will pick up. But I think Microsoft's trying to get ahead of the game and release a fleshed out 4K native 4K console now. Vice, I would say, the PlayStation 5 would be probably 4K. But the thing is, when that comes out, it'll probably be $400 or $500, and the Scorpio will probably be $300. So I could see Microsoft's plans. Microsoft's game plan probably is release a console early now that's 4K capable, so that way by 2019, when the 4K is mainstream, because I figure 2019, 2020, 4K will be more popular, a bit more common, and by then Scorpio will probably be $350, $300. And if Sony releases a PS5 in 2019, 2020 for $400, Microsoft could be like, hey, you could get a 4K gaming console right now for $300, for $250. So I think that's a good claim plan. I think Microsoft's setting themselves up for the future success, So I think that's smart. I'm not sure how the hype is going to be for Scorpio. I know a lot of gamers are still hyped around Scorpio because of its power, but some were more hyped about the new architecture for Ryzen and Vega. A lot. Some, I ain't gonna say a lot. I would say a few. A few gamers were really hyped about that. But you know what? Don't worry about that. You're gonna get a powerful console. It's gonna run games at native 4K, 60 frames. We'll see more about that. So you got what you want. You got a powerful console. All right. Now, Digital Foundry or Microsoft provided Forza 6 as the demonstration for its native 4K, and they were very impressed. Even at ultra settings, graphics to the max, the console was still able to run it at 4K 60. Now, the only question is, though, Forza has been been known to be a very well optimized game with an optimized engine. As you can see, the game runs at full 1080p, native 1080p, 60 frames on the Xbox One. Yeah, you put Halo 5, that doesn't run at 1080p, or other games, you know, like Battlefield and Star Wars, Battlefront, and stuff like that. So there's other games that's not even close. Some games still run at 720p and stuff. So my question is Forza just one of those games that maxes out the potential of Scorpio because it's optimized, but then when you put in, let's say like Battlefield 1 with the Frostbite engine, can't get it at 4K 60, you know? So it'll be interesting. I would like to see how Frostbite, because Frostbite is a very demanding engine. So I would like to see how that game runs on the Scorpio. But overall, you got a console, it's been revealed. I think now conversation's over. I think the only thing left is really how the consoles look like and a price point. But based on Digital Foundry's estimates, it's probably going to be $500. You know, looking at the hardware and what they saw, they estimate $500. So I think that's pretty much a safe bet. So let's talk about the fanboy side. So where do we go from here? Did the narrative change? You know what? That's going to be a conversation. I'm going to leave that for a conversation for another time. But for now, we got the reveal. I'll post a link later on when I can. But anyway, tell me what you think. Tell me, you know, hit up a comment, like, subscribe, and I appreciate any feedbacks. And subscribe to my channel if this is the first time. Check out my other content. Next month, I'll be starting up my, well, not next month, but in about 2 weeks, I'll be bringing back my 60 Frames No Lag podcast. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, hey, enjoy your gaming. I hope you Xbox fans are happy with the reveal, or at least with the specs reveal. And for everybody else, you know, just keep it gaming, all right? All right, later. Peace.